Well, hello and welcome back. Or if this is your first time watching any videos on my channel, welcome. My name is Wayne, and lately I've been playing a lot of Wurm Online. I wanted to do a video earlier this week, and I've been a bit busy. It's been a very busy week for me. There's also a heat wave with official heat warnings for the past week. And if I turn off the air in the room that I'm in now, it gets hot pretty quick. But if I leave it on, then you can hear it in the background as I record, and it's probably a bit annoying. I also had internet connectivity issues yesterday. I had to call customer support, and you know how exciting that is if you've ever had to call customer support for anything. These lamps back here just turned off a few minutes ago. These are automatic. When you have lights on your deed, like with these lamps, and then you fuel them with something like tar, plant them in the ground so they can't be moved, except by you, and then the entire system is automated after that. At nighttime, they turn on, and during the daytime, they'll turn off, and you'll never have to refuel them again. Off deed is another question, though. That doesn't happen automatically. They have to be blessed by a priest. But you can see within the deed, the mechanics recognize when a lamp is inside of a mine, and so they will stay illuminated within a mine. So you can pretty much plant them, fuel them, and forget about them, as long as they're on deed. Or maybe if you want greater illumination distance, then you can improve them. And you may have noticed the corpse of a lava fiend over here. He didn't actually spawn in here. He spawned up the road a bit, and I killed him up there and then brought him down here to decorate my mine entrance with. It'll decay and rot away here pretty soon, probably within the next day or two. I have some newborn. I have another newborn. I actually have two newborns, but I gave one away. And there's one, I don't know where the other one is. They're both brown. These guys are, I think I have too many sheep in here, so I'm probably going to kill a couple of these off. And I think I'll kill off a couple of cows as well, because I have too many and the dirt's getting trampled again. But I'm going to leave this area as is for the horses. What else has changed? Let me see. I have more hell horses now. I've really been getting into the whole hell horse scene. I also have started the guest house over here, this little farmhouse. I haven't put on the roof yet. Now, I wanted to put a slate shingle roof, but I don't have enough slate to do that. I only have enough slate for maybe the floors. And even then, I think I'm going to be a little bit shy for the other buildings that I want to construct. I think I'm going to try thatch and see what it looks like. I looked for some screenshots of timber framed houses with thatch roofing, and I didn't see any. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. I could just go with a wood roof. It actually might match this color better too. I'm not sure yet, but I have an affinity in thatching. It's the only affinity I have. And to be honest, I wasn't really too thrilled about that. I felt like it was a waste of a perfectly good affinity. But it's all based on RNG. So I might as well make use of it and perhaps go with thatch roofs on my deed. We'll see what it looks like. I have the little area enclosed in back here. And you can see I have my cart parked in there. I don't have anything inside yet, but I will. It'll be decorated. And I'll decorate it a little bit more over time. The nice thing about a small house is that it's easy to fill up with decoration. I prefer that over having something that's huge and then just turns out to be a giant empty box sitting on my deed. But there are quite a few decoration options in Wurm. Let me go ahead and jump on here. I'm going to be using this cart for this video because I plan to do, whoops, there we go. That's where I want to be. Because I planned to do a surface mining video. another mini tutorial. It's not going to be too exhaustive. I'm just going to cover the basics really. Actually, there isn't really too much to surface mining anyway, so I don't even know if there is, advanced information or knowledge that can be imparted regarding it. But I'm going to cover the basics either way. So should I do that now? Is there anything else I want to mention? Oh, let me show you one more thing. And then I'll just go ahead and get started on the surface mining mini tutorial. I want to show you how crowded this pen is getting up here with hell horses. I need another pen. I need a larger pen. I'm also finding it difficult to go in here and try to breed them, because it seems like there's always one that wants to attack me. And it's kind of odd. They're all right over here in this area. But there's the newborn gray honey. What a sweet name. A nice RNG name. I have 2 mating pairs now. So I have Atlas, the original, that's the male, and Atlas is paired up with Ava, with a female over here. She's Cinder, as you can see. She has might be difficult to tell here with the lighting, but here you can see she's definitely a different color. She's also a different, I guess not. I actually have a hard time seeing the, what's going on here? Am I missing a horse? Oh, she's hiding right over here behind the Cinder. So you notice she looks a little bit lighter. This is the, I forget what the pestilence, or the pestilencia, I think is what they're called. It's basically the white version of a hell horse. And then her mate is Ben. And she is pregnant right now. And I tried to go ahead and get her pregnant again, but they weren't in the mood, so I had to put it off. And that's her baby right over there. I use a naming convention so I don't get confused. Some people like to do individual pins for mates, so they simply look at the pin and they can tell how they're mated up. I use a naming convention instead. And the reason I do that is because I like for my animals to be free roam, although I may have to change that for these guys because it is becoming a chore to handle them. So what I do is I name paired mates with the same first letter. So Ava for A, and where's the other one? I've already lost them. And then Atlas, which also starts with an A. So I know they're both a pair. And then I've tagged him with an M for male and her with an F for female, just in case I use a naming convention that perhaps isn't traditionally male or female. And then second pair is B, so Beatrice for the female. And I put a P over there just to remind myself that she's pestilence, because sometimes I can't really tell very clearly. And then we have, where's Ben? Oh, and then her mate, Ben, which I've also marked with an M as for male. And then when they have offspring, I just put A, and then whether or not they're a male or a female. And then if it's an offspring from the B team, I'll put B, and then whether or not they're male or female. I don't have to name them necessarily since they already have a name, Gray Honey. And this lets me keep track of the bloodlines, because you can have bad traits or negative traits in animals that you breed if they're inbreeding. So if you're not familiar with husbandry and breeding animals, you definitely want to check out the wiki on that one. But this isn't enough room. I thought it was going to be enough room, but I'm really getting into hell horses. I never got into hell horses before on Xanadu, but I'm really enjoying this. So I think I'm going to build a second pen over here along this strip. And you may recall in the last video I said we would do the surface mining mini tutorial down here where that speed bump was. But there were hills here, and I've already mined or dug them down. As I mentioned before, I wanted to have, pull out the spade, I wanted to have a five slope up, so I have that all the way down. Same that's over here, and then the next tile up is flat. So what I'm thinking is that I'll fill this in and make this flat. It doesn't have to be flat. I really do like a natural look, But at the very least, I would have the fence around it flat, which would start here. And this little internal dirt road is going to get moved here. So I think this is 5 across. So what I might do 2x2 pins in here for the hell horses. And then maybe a free roam area towards the end. Something like that. I'll figure it out. You may have noticed too that there are cat eyes now. Let me show you. I'm actually connected to Hero via the highway system. And 2 other alliance mates are connected on the other side of Leafy. And when Leafy completes his highway edit, we'll both be able to connect to him, and that will connect, I believe, 5 of us all at once. But let me see if I can move up here. You can see it's showing that I'm currently connected to good old miner at 78 tiles away from his, actually, is that from his waystone or from his, no, I'm pretty sure that's from his waystone. So pretty excited about that. We actually have a working highway. Now we're not connected to any of the starter towns yet. So that means no access to the wagoner. Now you can purchase a wagoner and place it on your own deed if you want to. I think they're 10 silver. But you don't have to do that. You can use the existing wagoners in the world. I think what I'm going to do is, in a different video, I think I'll do a video on the NPCs. So that would include the player merchant, the trader, and the wagoner. I think those are the only NPCs. Because I know I've mentioned them all before, but I haven't really talked too much about them. Someone actually asked as a comment on one of the previous videos if I could touch a bit more on the wagoners. Yes, I can. Not in this video. And I'm going to try to avoid obligating myself for my next videos as well. But I will do one. It may not be within the time that you want it. I'm sorry. But there are quite a few things that I still want to talk about in videos. You can hear hammering, I'm sure. That's my neighbor, Criffus. That's the guy that lives right back here. He's been doing quite a bit of work. Okay. Is that all I want to talk about before the mini tutorial? I think so. Alright, let's start this. Let me park these guys over here. Get them out of the way a little bit. Can I disembark this far away? Oh, yes, I can. So, in case you missed it in a previous video, you may notice that there's a speed bump right here in the highway, or what will be a highway. I have cat eyes up to maybe there. I'll finish putting cat eyes here, but first I need to fix this speed bump. The reason this speed bump is here, as you can see, it's going up at a slope of 3, 3 here, and 3 here. And all around, along the proposed route, is flat. But this isn't dirt. And if I activate my shovel and then hit my hotkey and try to dig, it lets me know that I cannot dig in solid rock. So that means there is rock under this pavement and this pavement right here in these corners. So I have to mine the rock down, but I can't do it. If I grab my pickaxe right, I don't know if I can pickaxe through the pavement or not, but let's just see. Yeah, see, I'm not even getting an option over here. Let's do an experiment. Let's go ahead and destroy this pavement. You do that by selecting your shovel. You right-click the tile, and then you just click Destroy Pavement. I think you need, I think it's just a bit over 21 strength to be able to destroy pavement, so it's pretty easy to get. I mean, you get 21 strength without even realizing it, without even thinking about it. See, a few seconds left here, and we'll see it pop away. And so now we just see dirt. So now let me see if I go up here, if I select my pickaxe and click this corner, there's no option here. That's because we're working with dirt. But at the same time, when I click the shovel, there is an option here for dig, and yet I can't dig. So what gives? Why is it saying I can't dig when it looks like dirt, but then it says it's rock? That's because I'm as low as I can get within the dirt layer here. And the reason this does not appear like rock is because I have to clear all dirt from all corners in order to get this to appear as a rock surface. Now, since this is the corner that I want to mine down, that means any adjacent tiles must also be exposed to rock tile only. So that means I have to go to every single one of these tiles and remove all of the dirt. So let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and remove this pavement as well, since these are the tiles I'm going to be working with. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll start digging down every corner of every one of these tiles until all of the dirt is gone. And it's going to be a mess when I'm done. But it won't stay a mess after I've completed the entire surface mining project. But at first it's going to look messy. In fact, I want to get rid of this dirt anyway. That's what I've already done down there, working my way up here. However, when I started over here to do some more, I hit rock here as well. So that means I'm actually going to have quite a bit of surface mining to do underneath this dirt as well, assuming that I want this to be relatively flat all the way down, and I do. Okay, so we have two. We removed two tiles, so now we're working with the ground. And I'm going to go ahead and start digging. Now, this tile, this corner, and this corner is pretty much the same. I won't be able to dig here either. I'll get the same message. So I already know that these two corners are done. So do I start with these tiles or these tiles? It doesn't really matter. It's entirely up to you. I think I'll start with these. That way, if these are a bit deep, I'm not needing to climb my way out to work with an even steeper slope all the way over here, right? Because as I dig this corner down, it's going to make this slope steeper, and it's already at 39. I'm going to pause the recording for this portion, and so you're not, because otherwise it's going to be very boring just watching me do nothing but dig. So I'll go ahead and pause now, and then after I reach the rock for each corner, I'll come back just so you can see the progress. Okay, well that was less than a minute, and I've already hit rock. If I hit to dig here, it says you cannot dig. So, all right, we have another corner cleared. So let's go ahead and start on this one now. And then I'll do the same thing. And oh, look at there. I'm already rock there as well. So rock on three corners. This corner, this corner, and this corner. This is the only corner left to expose. I wonder how deep it is here. I'd like for you to see at the very moment that it turns into a rock surface, but this could be 20 dirt right here. I'll do just a few, and we'll see. We'll see if we get lucky. And then after a few, if I haven't hit rock yet, oh, we got lucky. There you go. That was a lot less effort than I was expecting. I thought it might be a lot more dirt around these corners. So as you can see, that's what I was mentioning before. When you clear all of the dirt from each corner, then you can see the rock surface. So there's one done. And we still need to do this one, and this one, because this is the corner that I need to lower. So I'll go ahead and move over here now. This looks quite a bit steeper, so I have a feeling I'm going to have to do a lot more digging here. But this one is already rock because it's adjacent to rock. And this one is already rock because we already received the rock warning here. So that means now I only need to do two corners on this tile. This one and this one. And I'll start up here. And he's going to want to fall back. So I'm going to go ahead and engage climb. But climb is going to reduce my stamina as I dig as well. But maybe I can just deal with it for a while until I get this at a more reasonable slope. So I'll go up to right about now. I could stand up here too and dig right here on this corner if I wanted to. But I'm just going to stick to right here and do it here. And then I'll hit pause again and then come back when we hit rock. And I just hit the end of my stamina and fell down the hill. I didn't injure myself though because it was just a small. I think what I'll do instead is, wow, why is my stamina? There we go. I have enough water, I think. It should be going up faster than that. Let me just drink a little bit here just to make sure that we're covered. If you have issue with your stamina not recovering very quickly, make sure you're always full with water. I think I'll use the other method, which I'll just stand here And then with my shovel selected, I'll click the border. And then I'll select level. Oh, it's not going to let me do it because there's a tree here. Do I want to chop that tree down? Well, actually, I'm going to have to anyway, due to the fact that if I leave the tree there and clear all corners of dirt, it still won't let me work with the rock. It'll be as if there's a tree growing on an imaginary level of dirt. All right, so when you face this, then you don't really have much of a choice. You have to just go ahead and chop down the tree as well. So I'll just go ahead and do that now. And then we'll come back. And the tree is fallen, so now I should be able to edit this slope, I think. Even though the stump is still there. Let's see. All right, there we go. So that way I don't have to be in climb mode and stand on that corner, and I also don't have to stand on top up there. I can just stand right here and do it. And this isn't really affecting this corner. It's just affecting this corner up here in order to level it out, because the option here is to level the border. I'm not sure how long this is going to take, so I'll go ahead and pause it again. We should be getting pretty close here now. Why did it only do... Did I run out of stamina? Oh, no, it's still going. I just have this weird glitch going on again. Yeah, we're 7 down from that rock corner. This just goes to show you how unpredictable the rock surface can be. You just never know exactly how deep or how shallow it might be. On my deed here, it looks like there's a lot of dirt, but I've been surprised quite a few times at hitting rock after just digging 2 or 3 dirts down. I covered this method of digging, by the way, in a previous video on terraforming. So if you're not sure exactly what I'm doing now, you can check out that video. I think this is video 8 in the Harmony series. And I think the terraforming was the previous Harmony series video, number 7. Hopefully, because if I got those numbers wrong, then... Oh, you hit the rock in a corner. So it's now a rock over here. So that just leaves this corner right here. And then this, too, will all be rock surface. So all I need to do is go right here and dig down in this corner, and we'll uncover the second rock surface. How deep will it be? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We'll go a few times, and if I haven't hit it, then I'll hit pause and we'll fast forward. Nothing yet. Okay, I'll go ahead and hit pause and then come back. All right. That was a lot deeper than I thought it would be. Look at that. 15 slope down from the flat level of the highway. So over here it's 18 up. Here it's 15 up. Why? Well, because this is the one that's 3 up more than what we needed. It can be easy to let yourself get confused. I've managed to get myself confused before, especially when digging up a lot of dirt to do a lot of surface mining. And then sometimes it's difficult to tell exactly where were you and which parts did you need to be lower. But it helps when you have a road, which is in my case. So I can very clearly see the corner that I'll need to mine down. So we're now down to basically 3 corners. This one, this, I guess I can close this one over here, and then this one here. Shared, both corners here are shared. So if we dig down here, it's also going to dig down here. You could, in fact, stand right in the middle and dig if you wanted to. That works too. Or even here and do it if you wanted to. But I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to go over there, and then I'm going to end it with the center one. So since this is probably going to be quite a bit of digging to get to this corner. But we're halfway there in terms of rock surface. So I'll keep digging right here, and then we'll warp into the future. I'm still digging. I barely just started. we've only warped into the future by a bit of dirt. But I wanted to mention something. When you're doing projects like this, you want to keep an eye on your tools, especially for the damage, and then keep them repaired often. You can repair items right on your tool belt, by the way. You don't have to open up your inventory window. You can just mouse over it, and then you can right-click and then choose repair. In my case, I'm using a hotkey R for repair, so I can just hit R. The quality of my shovel is lower than it could be. That's intentional. Because the longer it takes you to do an action, then the better chance you have of a skill gain or greater skill gains, something like that. I just know that generally whenever you're performing an action that is resulting in gathering, so for example, I'm currently gathering dirt, then the longer it takes for that action to complete, the better skill gains you will get in the long run. Now, I could make this digging go a lot faster if I had a higher QL shovel, but I'm not in a big hurry, and I would rather get the skill gains related to digging than I would get the digging done fast. Later on, once I have the skills that I'm looking for, then I'll improve my shovel and do a lot faster digging. Oh, I just realized that I forgot to mention something big. The world map has changed. There is a new server called Defiance. Look, this is a legitimate cluster now with 4 islands. Actually, did I say Defiance? No. The new server is Cadence. I don't know why I said Defiance. Defiance was one of the first. So Harmony and Defiance were the first 2 servers that launched during the Steam release. Then later they added Melody. And I remember thinking at the time it was a mistake to make Melody so small. I thought they should just make it the same size as Harmony, but I think maybe they felt the pressure to just get something up real quick because Harmony was already super crowded from day one. But now they have more of a legitimate size server called Cadence. It's the same size as Defiance and Harmony, and look at how they did this. Look at all the waterways in here. This is basically a water world. They're basically catering to what people want, and people like to live on water. So they made sure there was a lot of water here. I'm not sure how many people are logged in right now on the new server. I can check Harmony, and we see that we're up to 2,100. That's pretty typical for the weekend, I've noticed. 2,200 was the record since the new launch. And 759, though, that is a tad bit lower than usual for Harmony on the weekend. It's been usually closer to around 850 or 900. So you can definitely tell that there are some people that have probably moved over to the new Cadence server. And they did something a little unusual, too. Ordinarily, to travel from one server island to the other, you would have to use a boat. The exception being a PvP server in which they didn't want you to be able to take items, in which case you can't use a boat and you have to use a portal. And then you basically can't take stuff with you. I think what happens is that the new server basically creates a cloned copy of your character, minus any special items you may have tried to bring over with you. But in this case, they've added a portal so that if you wanted to, you could just jump in a portal and then hop over to the new Cadence server. Will that portal always be there? I don't know. I'm guessing no. I think it's just out of convenience for people that have started early and they haven't had a chance to build a boat yet, but they want to move over to the new server. I bet this is going to be at least 22 deep here as well. At least, if not more. Probably more like 30. And this tile originally was 39. And we got it down to 22 after removing the dirt. And it's now deep enough to where my character is falling down into the hole, which is fine. It's no problem. You can just stand in the hole and keep digging. And then to get out, you would, of course, use climb mode if you need to. Finally hit rock. 20 and 22. All right, not as deep as I thought it was going to be. Let me climb out this way so I don't have to climb. Look how messy it's looking. And all we're doing is just one corner. Just this one corner right here. But it's not over yet. I still need to dig down this corner and then this final one in between. I'll do that one last, and the reason I do it last is because when I hit rock there, then both of these tiles will convert to rock surface at the same time. And hit rock there. All right, moving right along. Oh, can I climb out? We'll go this way. Look at this mess. Look how strange it looks now. For this reason that you're looking at right now is why you should make sure that any highway in your within your perimeter or on your deed or even outside of your perimeter that you happen to be working on is exactly the way you want it before you set those cat eyes. Because when you set a cat eye, I'll show you down here, those tiles are then protected. And you can get banned for interfering with the highway system. I thought I had cat eyes here. Maybe I haven't gone as far as I thought I had. Or maybe they're just not appearing. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, here we go. Cat eyes. I guess I have not made as much progress on this part of the highway as I thought I had. Anyway, so if you go to a cat eye and you right click, you can click or select view protection, and it will show you what that cat eye alone is protecting. So you're not supposed to come in here and do anything with this highway. You're messing with it, you're interfering with it. You're also not allowed to remove a cat eye if it's going to interrupt the highway system. Now, if you want to make a minor edit and it's something that you can do relatively quickly, then you can remove a cat eye and then do it quickly. If it's something that's going to take a while to do, then you have to actually create another highway that connects here. Like, let's say I wanted to change all of this and it was going to take me a while. Well, I would have to come over here and create another highway here all the way around and basically reroute traffic so that the highway system wasn't broken while I work on this portion. So this is why I haven't placed cat eyes further down here yet, because I knew I had the spot that I still wanted to complete. And you can get into a lot of trouble for messing with the highway system, as in it's a bannable offense. So I'd be real careful about doing that. You can't just go in and start destroying highways that other people have built, because a highway isn't just something that's there for looks. It's part of the mechanics of the game. It determines how things actually work. So I still have this final corner here shared by both of these tiles. And let me see, this is 30, this is 35, so who knows how deep this is going to be, but this is some more digging. I'm just going to stand right here in the center of both on this border and dig here, and then we'll warp back when both of these are rock surface. I haven't hit rock yet, but it's got to be very close. We're now one slope below this rock corner and 4 slope above this rock corner. So my guess is that within the next few digging we're going to hit rock. So I've unpaused it because it's very satisfying to see them both change to rock at the same time. I don't know why. I'm weird. What can I say? Oh, look at that. Wasn't that beautiful? What a wonderful experience. You're so weird, man. Look at that. We made a big ugly hole. Where's the sun at? I think it feels like it's getting darker. All right. Well, that was all the prep work. Now we can actually surface mine. All that effort just so I can go right here and dig these corners down now. You can also compare, like if you ever forget, you could just look at the slope of everything else and compare it to where you are and then do the math and you'll figure it out. But I know from memory that I needed to mine down these corners exactly 3 times. So instead of being 18, let's see, we can pick any side we want, really. We'll use this one since this one is the lowest slope, 5. This is 5 slope down. So if we dig 3 down here or mine 3 down here, then when we're done, this will be 2 slope down. So I'll just stand right here on this corner and select mine. And this, of course, is with the pickaxe selected down instead of the shovel. And now we have those options that we didn't have before because we've done all of the prep work. Oh, look at that. It's already gone down 1. That's incredibly lucky. Now, just because you surface mine doesn't mean that the rock will go down a level or a slope every time you mine. There is a chance that it will happen. You see right there, we just did it again, but it didn't happen that time. And it just says you chip away at the rock. But we're going to keep going. It won't take that long. It won't take that long to get this completed. I think I can do 3 mining actions actually. And we'll just keep an eye on this slope. And when it says 2, then we'll know that we're where we want to be. Okay, we have it down to 2 now, which is where we wanted to be. But I like to always go just 1 more deep. You don't have to, because if I place dirt on any one of these corners, it will cover the entire tile with dirt. But just to satisfy my own OCD, I just like to always go just 1 more deeper than what is necessary. So I'm going to go until it says 1 slope down. And then we should be good. If we can get it. This can be very time-consuming project, by the way. And this is just 1 corner. Some people have mined entire areas to make highways and have done hundreds and hundreds of slopes, spanning hundreds and hundreds of, well, actually, I don't know what the max slope is. We'll just say they've done hundreds and hundreds of tile in order to get the effect that they want. So that should do it. So now what? Well, now we get to clean up the mess. So that means dropping the dirt back in order to raise these tiles back up to where they were before, but this time without the speed bump. If you're not sure, let me see, 14 slope down, 15 slope up. Wait, is this right? This doesn't sound right now for some reason. Oh no, this is right. See, look, I got myself confused and all I did was mine down 1 little corner. All right, so we'll start with this one. So I need to drop 30 dirt right here. So I'm going to open up my inventory. I'm going to open up this, and then I'm just going to keep dragging over dirt into my inventory. And then I'll just right click and drop on ground. And you can see now this is already completely covered with dirt on this tile. Oh, I already have it open. I'm like, where is the open option? Drop on ground. Do there. We still have a few more to do. So we need 6 and then 4 more. I did not say you could go down there. And then I'll just select 4 in this case. You can drop them individually if you want to, or you can control click to select a group on ground. There we go. So now this is flat. And, oh, what's happened here? Oh, because I need to add more over here as well. That's why. 2 more. All right. In that case, I'll drop 2 more right here. And then I'll just grab some of these. And then I'll drop 2 more here. 2, right? Yep, 2 more. There we go. Now we're flat here and we're flat here. And I'm moving slowly because I still have 3 dirt on me. But you can see how it works. And then we're going to need to drop 1 there. Let me just go do the 1 now, and then I'll go down there into that corner and drop the rest. Actually, I might fall. Let's see. See if I can make it over here. You can also use a cart for this, by the way. I should show you with the cart, but it's really easy. You just jump in the cart and you move around like you ordinarily would. And you can carry the dirt with you in the cart and then move it to your inventory and then drop it on the ground while you're on the cart. So if you're doing a really large project, it makes it a lot easier, a lot faster. But this is pretty small, so... What happened over here? Oh, because there are some rock shards in there, I believe. Can I reach it from here? No. All right, I'll just grab these. We still have a ways to go. In this case, I'm just, instead of opening up, I'm just grabbing it, and I have a hotkey set to pick up. So that's why you don't really see me doing anything with the mouse. But basically, the action I'm doing is the take action. And you can see I have that set to my hotkey as space. So I can just hit space and then grab as many as I can carry. What do we have left? 8. I don't have to turn and look this way. I just do so I can keep an eye on the slope. And then 2 more. And there we go. Flat, flat, and flat over here. So we just have these corners down here. So I'll jump down here, and we'll finish this up. Some people move the dirt out of the way as they're working, but if you know you're just going to put the dirt back, you might as well leave it where it is. It makes it a little bit more convenient for placing the dirt back. What's left? 5. So I'll put just one in there. Then I'll make it, oh, wait, what? There's nowhere. Oh, because it's not big enough to be a pile then. All right, fine. We'll just do this. All right, and flat. So all that leaves us now, if I can hit the right key, is this last corner that we dug up right here. And we don't, we only need to add 15 here. Can I reach this now? Yes, I can. And I'm not using take here because I don't want to take the shards. I only want to take the dirt. All right, and then one more. I'll just drag one over. And flat. And there we go. No more speed bump. All that's left is to repave this. So I'll grab my handy dandy shovel and I'll just go ahead and pack this. I have a hotkey for that too, but you can just right click and then choose pack. You have to pack the dirt before you can place pavement. All right, and then this one. And now that I've gone through all that trouble, I will mention that I didn't have to do that. The highway would have still functioned just fine with that 3 slope speed bump. But the only reason I did it was because that 3 slope speed bump bugged me. I didn't want it there. So let me make a couple of bricks here with some of the, oh, is there enough shards? Yeah, there's enough shards here. So I may open up the crafting window. I'll put these stone shards. I'll combine them as one. Then grab my stone chisel. And then select stone brick. And I need 2. We'll craft those, and then I'll pave both of these, and we will be done. Let me see, 44 minutes. All right. I'll try not to talk too much after this ends. It's getting dark anyway, and you know I don't like to do videos in the dark because it's harder to see things as I talk about them. Okay, I'm going to discard this because I don't want those. So I'll double click the stone brick, and then you can right click and then choose pave, corner, or the whole thing, or you can click over here, and I usually just click this button. And then I can go ahead and do this one over here as well, and you can set this while the first one is already paving. You don't have to wait. And I have some mess here. I'll clean this up later. I still have a lot of terraforming to do over here though. And we're done. All that effort just to remove that speed bump. But look how satisfying that is. One long strip of highway that's completely flat. And that leads to Leafy, my next door neighbor. It's almost perfect. Once I fix all of this, then it will be perfect. Well, not perfect. I'll be satisfied according to my own standards. But this is going to be a lot of work here too. It's going to be a lot of digging and a lot of surface mining that I'll have to do. But I'll also get some more skill, and I'll also get to increase my dirt storage, because I need a lot of dirt, and I'm going to need a lot of dirt for a future project. But I think I'll cut it there. It's 46 minutes. We'll keep it well under an hour this time. That's how to surface mine. It's really not that difficult at all. It is time consuming though, and it can be tiresome if you don't like that sort of thing. Actually, let's not look at me this time. Let me end it by looking down the highway. We'll end it this way. Go out of third person view. There we go. That's it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you next time.